Hello wonderful people and welcome back to Bloodborne and the Hunt. It's been a long time. The last time I uploaded an episode for the series was back in January, but we're back at it, and I have to say I am very humbled from the amount of comments I got asking me about the series. I got a ton. Like, a lot of people were actually looking forward for the series, which I never expected, to be honest. I'm really happy that some people are enjoying this playthrough as I was, and which I will continue to do. So the last thing we did was killing Rom, that motherfucking Rom, and he changed the world of Bloodborne, a lot. But before we talk about Rom and go back and continue our way in Yahar'gul, the unseen village, let's go to Iosefka's clinic because something happens after Rom is dead. So let's go there now. We're back at Iosefka's clinic. We did come back here before and we did encounter fake Iosefka. However, we did not go upstairs because so we can continue the storyline and get an item from her. If we actually go in before, we do lose that side of the quest. But before we do that, let's just look at the build really quickly just to remind you what we're doing here. So I have 27 in vitality, HP, 15 endurance, 16 strength, 12 skill, 5 blood tinge, and 40 arcane. So we have the most arcane, that's our most damaging stat that we have at the moment, and we're gonna keep leveling that up as we go. And let's look at the weapons. So we have the Tonitrus plus 6, some physical gems and blunt gem, and yeah, kinda good. And we have this one, the Beast Ludwig, sorry, which is fire. It's pure fire. You can see the gems over here, and it does, let's see the damage. 364 pure fire, which is really good at this point of the game. Now let's go up and talk to the beach. So we know that this Iosefka is not the real one that we encounter in the beginning of the game. This is a fake one. She's wearing a choir clothing, attire, whatever you want to call it. That means she's from the choir, which I don't know what this basically means because the choir, they usually specialize in other things, and this one is trying to do her own thing. So let's talk to her.
God, I'm nauseous. Have you felt this? It's progressing. I can see things. I knew it. I'm different. I'm no beast. Oh, God, it feels awful. But it proves that I'm chosen. Don't you see how they writhe inside my head? It's rather rapturous.
So she went batshit insane, and after we kill her, we get another third umbilical cord, one of the most important items in the game, so we can get, the best ending. But I will be showing all the endings in the end, so don't worry about that. But yeah, every third umbilical cord actually has a different description. So let's look at this one. Provost Willem sold the cord in order to elevate his being and thoughts to those of a great one, by lining his brain with eyes, the only choice he knew, if man were to ever match their greatness. If you notice there, in the end, their greatness, it's capitalized. I know there is not a pronoun, however, I don't know, this is not proper English, I believe. English is not my first language. However, they do this on purpose because to show they're otherworldly beings, I guess, or great ones, or kin. We still don't know what exactly are those, so I came here also to show you this amygdala, which's been here since the beginning of the game. However, you won't see her unless you have more than 40 insight or killing Rom, which means killing Rom actually gives you a humongous amount of insight despite not showing on the counter of the insight counter. So, or most likely is that Rom is actually holding the world together. He's actually holding back the nightmare, and I think it's he might be a Bergenworth scholar, but I think it was a way of Master Willem getting his way against the Healing Church and the School of Mensis, and the Yahar'gul people too, who are offshoot of Mensis. So it is of a way of trying to stop them, I guess, because you cannot see all this bullshit until you kill Rom. So he might be a counterbalance. It might be, the last resort Willem tried to do to to also stop the beckoning of the moon, the pale blood moon, which is the last final boss in the game. And we know that this whole thing that they're doing is actually they're trying to beckon the moon. So we'll talk about Rum a bit more. Let's just see what's happening here, since the residents of the cathedral world actually kind of change after killing Rum. So let's talk to Adela.
Oh, there you are. Forgive me, I'm a bit out of sorts. So, no blood today, I'm afraid. Oh, there's something wrong with me. Oh.
So there's something wrong with Adela. Yeah, I think her name is Adela, or Ariana, my bad. I think Adela is this lady over here. Let's talk to her. So this one also is crazy now. She doesn't say shit. And this one goes crazy, and she becomes actually kind of nice towards us. So she was very aggressive before, and after killing Rom, she's really nice, and she gives us sedatives, but she doesn't say anything of importance in particular, to be honest. So she keeps asking you a question, you answer her, I share my woos or whatever, and she gives you sedatives. And you can do this again and again, about 3-4 times. Okay, yes, and I think we can do it again once more. And every time she's giving us one more extra sedative, which is great against Frenzy. So she gives us a ton of sedatives, and also when she goes completely mad and she dies, she also drops more sedatives. But let's look at this amygdala from this perspective over here. So you can also notice this one has some kind of tentacles coming out of them, which and also there are some amygdalas smaller and bigger than each other, so there are different sizes, which indicates a hierarchy in between these motherfucking amygdalas. And yeah, man, it's so creepy, to be honest. Like once you come in the beginning of the game and you don't see this thing, and you come and see this thing, and it's been there all along, it's very creepy. And look, it's looking at us, and it is actually it is also the same amygdala that takes us to the Hunter's Nightmare, the DLC. So yeah, there's another thing. Now let's talk to our last friend. Although there's this guy here, and again, he's not particularly important. I think he also repeats the same dialogue from before. So this guy, fuck him, not important in the grand scheme of things. But this guy, our best friend over here, he has something to say to us.
Oh, the hunter. Alive and well at that. Another one you sent made it here safe and sound. This place is a haven now for so many. Thanks to you. I'm overjoyed, really, that you'd even give me the time of day. I don't suppose there's anybody out there worth saving anymore, but you did all you could. And so many owe you so much. Amazing, really. Not because you're a hunter, but because you're you. Oh, makes me think, once dawn breaks, maybe I can just, start over. Makes it easier to bear all of this, you see. You've made life easier. Thank you. If you please, kind hunter, when the night of the hunt passes, suppose we could be friends? Maybe? Now, I know I hardly deserve it, but, well, I had to just ask, Out of line. Yes, perhaps so. But, well, give it a thought. If you wouldn't mind, of course.
Man, such a friendly guy. I really love this guy. He's the only hope or only friendliness you see in this game. Really, literally. He's the only light in the dark, you can say. Although he looks like shit and he's a beggar, but yeah. So here in the Unseen Village we can see a ton of amygdalas everywhere. And we can see also a Scholar of Mensis over here with a certain headpiece. Some people actually say that these are actually the ones that control the amygdalas or transcend to amygdala or something along those lines. However, there's no concrete proof for that, but it's a cute little theory. So now we have the stairs and an amygdala here, which will try to hold you while you're going down the stairs, and it will teleport you back right here. But I think it only happened to me once, and like I did it on purpose. But these guys, they do get resurrected from the bell-ringing woman, which are Thumerian, which is very, very interesting. So here she is. After we kill her, everything gets much weaker, and they actually also get stunned. So it gives you like a couple of seconds to actually retaliate, like you can see over here. So they kind of make them stronger, and they also, after they die, they do come back if you don't kill the bell-ringing woman. By the way, I am so rusty, like I didn't even warm up for this. I didn't warm up, literally. I should have warmed up, to be honest, because there is a difference, like when you play a lot of Dark Souls 3 and then you come back here. And also I was focusing on PvP in Dark Souls 3, and now I'm playing PvE, so I'm kind of rusty, so forgive my gameplay here. But yeah, I think that, you know, there are, you know, in the game there are different schools or churches, whatever you want to call them. You have the Healing Church, you have Bergenworth, you have School of Mensis, which is an offshoot of the Healing Church, and you've got here the Yahar'gul people also. And you can say all of them are in a competition, and of course the choir. And by the way, yeah, sorry I keep changing subjects, but you know, everything happens so quickly. Here's one of the very good times for you if you are maining the to Nitrous, because here we get basically, I guess, the best bold gem in the base game, or at least one of the best in the base game. And we've got a note, I think, over here. No, that's yes. The Mensis ritual must be stopped, lest we all become beasts. So the ritual that's happening in Yahar'gul at the that already happened, it also has something to do with the beasthood, scourge or sickness or whatever. So there's a competition in the world to actually, you know, reach the great ones or transcend the human you know, form and go and become a great one or a kin or whatever. But you know, as here humans, we love exploration. We're always curious. We want to go to space and explore the cosmos and see if there's life outside the earth, which is a philosophical question since the advent of human beings, basically. Yeah, so there's a competition of finding this the truth, I guess, of the world, and try to become as intelligent as the great ones. And I think the school of Mensis, they were the most successful. So these guys are also, you can hear from the sound of their death animation that they're influenced some way or the other from the bell ringing maidens, the Thumerians. So why do I say that the school of Mensis is very successful? Because they actually succeed in opening up a nightmare, and they also somehow, very weirdly, cooperate with the freaking Thumerians. So 1 second. Oh shit, we're in deep shit. This might help. Okay, yeah, that did help a ton. Because we do see Thumerians. Oh, I did get the parry. I did not think I would. Okay, in this game the parry times are very forgiving. They're much bigger than Dark Souls. But yeah, they're somehow cooperating with the Thumerians, which is very interesting. So here there's a key down here, which I actually missed in my first time passing Yahar'gul, but I did eventually find it myself. And Upper Cathedral Ward Key. Do you remember there was a door way back in the playthrough where it said it was locked next to Cathedral Ward? So now we have access to that. Let's read it. The key to the Upper Cathedral Ward seal. The upper echelons of the Healing Church are formed by the School of Mensis, based in the Unseen Village, and the choir occupying the Upper Cathedral Ward. This key brings one a step closer to the choir. We'll be going there on another episode later on. And do remember that we did come here to Yahar'gul before, not in this specific area, but we will pass to the area that we were in before. So yeah, that was a one-shot kill. Let's kill this guy before he kills us. And actually, now we're gonna get a Arcane tool. I would say this is the least efficient Tiny to Nitrous. Let's look at the description too. Tonitrus is a unique weapon crafted by Archibald, the infamous eccentric of the Healing Church workshop. So he's the same guy who did the bolt paper and the same guy who did the Tonitrus weapon that we're holding at the moment, and this arcane tool. This is a similar Morning Star mace that utilizes quicksilver bullets. When struck into the ground, it recreates the blue sparks that are said to surround the dark beasts. Like Archibald's masterpiece, this too is a superb conductor of the powerful blue sparks. This thing I think uses 6 bullets. Actually, it should have mentioned how many bullets it will consume. So 1 second. Yes, 6, and I think it's very inefficient in terms of bullet usage. However, it's pretty good, and you can hit many enemies at the same time in certain situations. So now, if you remember, also going back to the ritual and all that, if you remember in Himwick Charnel Lane, we meet the these witches, witches of Himwick, who actually basically what they call, collect eyeballs and body parts too, and they move them around, and they actually move them here to Yahar'gul, so body pieces. And we know from the Chalice dungeons that all the rituals you do use body parts, and you can see that a lot of the rituals here are using body parts that come from Himwick Charnel Lane and other areas, I assume too. Don't want to die because of my rustiness. So yeah, we did come here before, and when we come here before, 1 second, don't you dare look at me. Okay, that's an online message. When we came here before, we do find Adela, which she was captured by the motherfucking Snatchers, like we did once the Snatcher kills us. Remember, the Snatcher kills us and they bring us to Yahar'gul, and what they're doing is basically they're collecting, body parts for the ritual. However, when you're there, there's a choir singing the first time around, which we don't hear now, and that means they were actually actively doing the ritual at the time, and there was a door closed that we couldn't access that we can access now later on. And I assume that behind that door, and actually once you get close to that door, the louder the choir becomes. So the source of that singing, another rune, which we took by the way before, so we know the description of this. It's just an upgraded version. But yeah, that means the choir was actually behind that door singing, and they were actually doing a ritual that suddenly, that finished or has been done after we killed Rom somehow. I don't know if killing Rom correlates with finishing the ritual, or it's just a separate thing, or the blood moon is what helps. So did we help in this ritual? I don't know. But once we come here the first time around, we find Snatchers. Now the Snatchers are no longer around. We'll talk about that more once we actually reach the area we were at the first time. I think there's one more thing I missed. Did I miss anything? Just thinking, because I remember there's another message we find somewhere around here, but hey, screw it. So let's continue our path. Let me see if I missed any item over here. And actually I should be using this thing. Alright, yeah, nothing. Okay, we see another of these, and amygdala next to it. look at this face. See this one? Oh yeah, it does actually have tentacle, this one too. And I remember in the beta, or the alpha, whatever, I did not play it, but I saw gameplay, there was actually a humongous spider thingy that we never got in the game, or a humongous amygdala. It was a different thing that we never got in the game. I forgot which, what was it exactly. So here's one of the tricky parts of the game that I don't know 100% solution to. I usually just run, or try to run past it, but basically running is worse. Once you try to run or roll it and you get hit, the counter damage is so high that it actually one-shots you. However, if you just walk and get hit, it won't be a problem actually. Like, you won't die and you just continue, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to run, but if it hits us, I will just, stay passive and stand still. See? So I did not die there. However, if I did try to roll this thing, I would have died, got one shot killed. And another interesting thing about Yahar'gul is that it is basically the last non-optional area you get to in the waking world. Oh, no, 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 no. I keep forgetting about this guy. Alright, we got him. So now we're very close to the place where we at the first time. Actually, you can see it from here, remember? And there were snatchers over here. They're no longer there, but now there are cheap Yahar'gul hunters, which I don't know what the meaning of them being there. Maybe they're just defending the ritual, or other people coming in, or maybe it's just something else. I don't know. But yeah, man, Bloodborne story is up to interpretation, but there are more details, in my opinion, than Dark Souls 3. You can, most things happen recently in this game, so not like Dark Souls. Everything happened like hundreds or thousands of years before, and you're in the aftermath. Here, actually, everything has happened recently, and you are a big part of the shit that's happening. People actually always underestimate the hunter, because usually these games make you feel insignificant. But I think our hunter, he plays a big role in this fucking game. Wow, my parry timers are still there. Oh, he didn't die, that motherfucker. And by the way, if you notice, even these guys, they wear like kind of clothes that are reminiscent to some hunters. And I think the one that's holding, the executioner ones that are holding the halberd kind of weapon, they're basically wearing Yahar'gul clothes. So they are affiliated with Mensis. That's why they're actually in Yahar'gul Charnel Lane. Because they're actually also collecting body parts for this ritual that happens here in Yahar'gul. Okay, now let's use the blue elixir. It will help us a ton over here, because here it's the 3 versus 1, kind of cheap. So you want to be cheap yourself. So remember, here there was a lamp, but now if you go to it, it says it's broken, I remember. Or, okay, it doesn't say anything. I'll come back to it, because I do remember. Okay, let's kill them, then we'll look around. Man, I'm so bad at multitasking. I keep changing subjects on the fly. I have to improve on this. Okay, that backstab did minimal damage. Oh, I still did not notice that was here. Okay, I don't want to get hit by that thing. Okay, let's use some Arcane. Let's use some Arcane. Oh. No, 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 you motherfucking... You come and... Oh, let's try... That's a nitrous. Let's try to line them up and see how much damage he'll do. We need the stairs, though. Where's the beast? Okay, he left us alone. That's okay. What? I missed. Okay, it does minimal damage too. So not very useful against those guys. I guess Bolt might do more. Come on, bruh. Don't spam this shit. Let's use this. Knock them back. And use this. We used a lot of bullets. And we actually got lucky that this guy ignored us for a while. This beast claw naked guy. I might die, you know? Here. Because I remember these guys are no freaking joke. Let's just kill this first. No, 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 don't use the cannon! Chill out, bruh. Let's parry him. Jumping attack. Once we wanted to parry him, he jumped attack. Like he feels it. We have that cascade following us. You can see all the body parts. I think when the ritual happened over here, all the body parts actually came back to life, and this is the explanation for these caskets. It kinda... not resistant, but they don't take much damage from fire. I believe they do take a lot of damage from Arcane, which kind of makes sense because we do know that bunnies that are not armored and these kind of things are weak to Arcane. Man, this is taking way too long. Come on. How many bloodstone chunks do I have? Because I don't remember if I... Oh, we have 12, so I can actually upgrade. Oh, I should have done that. Low mark. So this one is basically a hornet ring. Come over here. So yeah, these body parts indicate that these are, you know, the body parts from Himwick, and they came back to life once the ritual was done. And we did come before the ritual ended before the first time around. This beast looks like also something out of a horror movie, since it looks like it's also made of body parts. It's not like an actual beast. But they do act very similar to the other beasts, but they do, I think, a lot of damage, but very easy to dodge, very easy, and very easy to parry and backstab. So there are no more snatchers over here, again, reinforcing the idea that these body parts came back to life and actually killed them. And we can actually see a snatcher over here dead, which I actually forgot. And over there was a boss fight that we actually dealt with before the Dark Beast Parl. We killed him, if you remember. Okay, I remember there was a message around here somewhere, maybe in the lower floor. But yeah, there's now bloodstone chunks here where they weren't here before. So that's why I'm coming down again here, although we explored here before. But there's also different set of enemies, so that's why it's also kind of different. I know you'll only see these guys, so it's not a big deal. Wow, that thrust attack is just killer. Remember, here is the actual place you start once you get kidnapped. And when you go to the right, you'll find Adela, which also got captured just like you. And the message is over here. I actually saw that before. Madmen toil superstitiously in ritual, or surreptitiously in rituals to beckon the moon, uncover their secrets. And now when they say beckon the moon, it does mean beckoning the moon presence. Another snatcher dead and bloodstone chunks on them. And we know that bloodstone chunks and stuff like that are basically blood that has coagulated. I think that's the word. Or you know that it's been for a long time, so it becomes like solid. And that's actually the thing we upgrade our weapons with, which is creepy as fuck. So yeah, we're done with here. Now let's continue our path. But yeah, going back to the Mensis thing, them dealing with the Thumerians is a very, very interesting thing. Like, how did they manage to do that? These are superhuman beings. And also remember, there was a pig around here somewhere. There's also a message: behold the pale blood sky. You can see the blood moon, which happens after killing Rome. When you come here the first time around, the moon is totally different. So this thing, you can actually lure the enemies. These caskets over here actually does a lot of damage and slows them down. So again, from the sound of their death animation and also their HP, which is kind of high, indicates that they're under the influence of a Thumerian bell ringing woman, which is around here somewhere. But the Thumerians might have just intervened after the ritual or during the ritual, and they saw a chance for themselves to grab it. But yeah, another interesting thing is, after we kill Rom, we actually see Yarnam, the queen. We actually see her standing there. Okay, 1 second. So you can see all these caskets, and there's actually one, or sorry, yeah, what were they called? These enemies? I don't know. Yeah, but whatever. These enemies, there's actually one inside this carriage. Well, let's pull these in. They're actually kind of weak to Arcane. So let's do this. Lower them here below us, and then just do a plunge attack. Welcome back, everyone. I actually had to go, and when I went back, I replayed a bit, and I realized I wasn't recording, so I had to do everything again from the last save. But I did everything identical, so no worries. So let's continue. We just killed the casket thingies, which are body parts from the rituals and from the things that they were getting from Hemwick Charnel Lane. I don't know if I talked about this in the last part, but we see similar things to these moving things in Hemwick Charnel Lane, and we know that in Hemwick Charnel Lane they do collect eyeballs and body parts, and they were transferred through these things. Once the ritual ended, all these bodies and all these cut up things went back to life, and they killed the Snatchers. That's how it seems. This is not concrete, story, but that's how it seems. That they went back to life during the ritual, and they killed the Snatchers because, yeah, there's no need for them, or maybe as a revenge, I don't know. So let's look at the right over here. Another casket. I don't know why I call them casket, but I think they called, I don't know what they called, but let's just call them casket, man. So another Snatcher and 2 bloodstone chunks, that's good. So we had access previously to this area, but we did not have access to the elevator over there for the shortcut that we will take in a bit. And this door over there, all the way there, has opened. Behold, a pale blood sky. And this door was closed, and this is the door I was talking about where you hear the choir singing from. And these are healing church hunters over here that I think have died during the ritual. Because of a lot of insight, and they died. They couldn't bear the insight. But we won't go through here. We can actually cut the chase and go all the way up there, and because it's kind of dangerous to pass through here. Although I want to do it, but I want to show you the shortcut too. So let's take the shortcut. The elevator over here didn't function the first time we came here for some reason. And this elevator takes us all the way back to the first lamp in Yahar'gul, if you remember where we started. So there's nothing important going up there. However, there's a shortcut midway here in the elevator. So let's take this. There are 2 dogs here. Why do I see just one? Weapon at risk. We can use it to nitrous. Oh shit, please don't tell me that we aggroed this. Shit, oh yeah, we got it. Bloodstone chunk. Yeah, that was important. It's good that we didn't miss this. If you actually had a sinister bell, a resonant bell ringing, you get the bell ringing woman here. You'll find her here. Right next to this shitty enemy. You can see that leg hanging from this human leg hanging from behind. So yeah, this is basically his body part, this beast thing. But I wonder why it took the shape of a beast. And on another topic, I'm actually really excited for what From Software are working on next. The game they're working on next. It's the biggest thing I'm waiting for in the gaming world now. Like all they impressed us time after time, and now that it's in a new stage, and Miyazaki choosing the games himself as a president, that would be awesome. Can't wait for that. And it might be Bloodborne too. You never know. We cannot dismiss that chance. So if you remember, we see actually a similar bath to this one right before Yahar'gul, where we see that amygdala that I showed you in the last episode. But I don't know why it transport you from one place to the other. But I guess it has some magical power. So let's use it. Now we skipped a lot of the dangerous area. However, we will still, go through the whole thing. So we can explore it. Let's take this path first. And these guys, they're weak to fire, so the Ludwig was the better option. However, the Tonitrus is doing his job well. Being boring. It's really boring weapon. But let me kill the bell ringing lady, just in case there are enemies there that she controls. This area is huge when you look at it, you know, from here. And this is supposed to be hidden from all the other people in Yharnam and old Yharnam. This is like the ultimate place. And it is the most fucked up place. This place is actually so fucked up that it actually is in... It has some aspects of the nightmare merge with it. Because it's so fucked up with the ritual. And you'll see some very interesting things here. It's literally the most fucked up place in this game. And you can start to understand that right after you pass this door. Let's just kill these casket men. Oh, the Tonight is actually better than the Ludwig's Holy Blade against those guys. So I guess they're weaker to bolt. So you can see all these people trying to escape and they're dead, and some of them are like, it's like they're inside the wall, you know. It's like, it indicates a couple of things. It's either that the ritual that they just did right after we killed Rom, it just finished recently, that all of the people that were here inside this door had so much insight that they all died. I think this might be a chance, or all the blood sucked out of them. That might be another thing, and it might explain why they look like rocks. Or the other indication is that this ritual happens many times. It didn't happen once, it happened a couple of times. And we know that Lawrence beckoned the moon before with his associates. So this ritual was done before, definitely. So this might be an indication that this ritual is like a cycle thing, like how, you know, you link the fire and Dark Souls. They usually do this when they want to beckon the pale moon, or, you know, the moon presence, basically the final boss in the game. And that's the reason they're doing the whole ritual thing. And also to have audience with Marigold, which I guess is because it's a baby, and that's why they can lure the Great One, something along those lines. And if it's older, it's kind of interesting also, because now, and we'll talk about that. Let me just concentrate on these motherfuckers. I don't want to die prematurely. And you can also skip all those guys too, but hey, I love killing everything. And these guys, they're spitting blood here, not like the enemies that were behind the door, which also reinforces the idea of the blood thing. Maybe all the buddies, all the cut buddies, somehow sucked all the blood of the living. That's the result of the ritual. But you can see these people dying everywhere. I mean, it's kind of creepy, man. Look, and they're trying to go to higher ground for some reason. So it seems the thing that was killing them was coming from below. But yeah, another interesting speculation that I'm gonna just talk out of my ass here. If these things are from before, so not recently, so the ritual happened multiple times, Gehrman might be, you know, might be one of the hunters who was like us, who was, you know, forget the history that him being an old hunter and being and doing the weapons for the hunters. Maybe in the end he wanted to find the truth, you know, like one second. So yeah, you can see all these buddies. But yeah, maybe he's so curious like us. He wants to know how to, for example, cure the curse, the blood, you know, he had the blood transfusion. Or maybe he was just curious, but he was like us. He came here and he was with Lawrence, and they beckoned the moon, and they were successful. And once they beckoned the moon, he had all that problem with the hunter's dream. So when they met the moon presence, somehow that cursed Gehrman and put him in the hunter's dream. I don't know, I'm just speculating out of my ass, but it might be a possibility. That's a nice thing. If we go up there to the left or to the right, there are Madman's Knowledge on each side, so there's no need to take them, nothing important. But we can see more bodies here, so something super duper fucked up happened here when the ritual happened. Very, very interesting. It's like you're coming in the aftermath and you're like the detective trying to find out what just happened. And we know that body parts came to life, and the boss will prove it, basically. And we all see these enemies, and all the enemies that were before in the first time around, they're not here. So something really fucked up happened once we killed Brom, or during that time. So before we go there, I think we explored everything. Yes, and you can drop from below here where you kill the Bell Maiden, but we came from here. Yeah, okay, I did miss one thing. there is one of the best gems you get at this point. It is the best physical gem. If you didn't go to the Chalice dungeons, it's over here. Let's kill this guy first. So you're gonna stay there. Oh man, I should have came from upstairs. So because you can just backstab this guy while he's in the corner. Oh shit! Wow, I didn't expect that. Sometimes you never underestimate enemies. Come on, man, do your attack. So tempering damp blood gem. I believe this one gives us 18% or 16% physical. We're not using physical really, but we can put it on the Tonitrus. And we're actually gonna go to the Hunter's Dream now before we go in the boss, because we need to upgrade some weapons and maybe also level up. We have a lot of blood echoes. So let's go back to the Hunter's Dream, then we'll come back over here. So we're back at the Hunter's Dream. A peaceful place, a very, very peaceful place after all the bullshit we've seen. But yeah, I think we have a dilemma, because we need to upgrade either the Bolt, the Tonitrus, which is our source of bolt damage, or the Ludwig's Holy Blade, which is our source for fire. The next boss is weakest to bolt, then fire, and he's resistant to the rest. So he's weakest to bolt. However, the Ludwig's Holy Blade fire version, you can use the oil urn, so I think we'll go with that, and it will make the game much easier, I think, for some time for us until we go to the DLC. So we'll upgrade this. Let's first repair it. And also maybe change the gems also to Nitrous, since we're still gonna be holding this weapon. Fortify, let's see how much we can go. I think we can go to +9. So we'll have a much stronger Ludwig Holy Blade. I think now we're too strong, I think. Let's see the pure fire damage. Where is it? Yeah, 453. Not bad. Now let's go. Oh, I forgot totally about my pistol. I should upgrade this. I think I do have upgrade material. Because yeah, hey, why not? It does damage. Yeah, but just +6. No need to use bloodstone chunks on it. And yeah, now blood gems. And I'm pretty sure I have a stronger one now. Yep. And the Tonitrus. We got the physical thing, which we can put it over here somewhere. Just look for the blue. Yep, physical attack up 18%. That's the one that we just got from Yahar'gul. And let's add the bolt one that we got in the beginning of Yahar'gul, the very good one. So our Tonitrus got a pretty good upgrade in terms of gems. If we did upgrade this to +9, it'll be a killer, especially against this boss that we're gonna be fighting now. Let's look at the gems, or sorry, the runes quickly. So I have boost max stamina, so extra stamina 10%, more echoes from slain enemies, and boost max HP +10%. And I have only one of these oath memory runes, impurity. Equip that. So yeah, and now let's level up. We're gonna go now with the passive stats before we go all out on Arcane and a bit of strength. And to be honest, I think I mentioned this previously. I keep changing my mind about the weapons that I'll be using. However, the only way to redeem it is to actually not go meta level. I'm just gonna keep leveling up as much as I want, and we can have a pure arcane that way with a bit of strength, so we can use some weapons. So now I'll go like this. I don't know until this stops. Yes, I think we'll go 30 vitality, 20 endurance, and we stop the passive and go all out on the damage, on arcane and strength. So now we're good, mate. We're good. Now let's see how many oil urns do I have. 6. That's good. No need. Okay, now let's return to the boss. So we're back at the boss. You can see the pale blood moon over you. This is very close to us. Very close. This doesn't seem like it's, like our moon to our earth. And you can see a summon sign here. And he's actually like a Yahar'gul character, but he's a defector, it says. So I guess he's no longer with them. But yeah, we're gonna be fighting alone. And now there's a very important cutscene. Let's check it out. Now, this is as disgusting as it can get, really. This monster maybe is the most disgusting thing ever created by From Software. Like, this thing is made of body parts, basically. And this this boss fight is a callback to Demon Souls. There's a very similar fight. I think it's called, the boss fight was, the boss name was Iron Knight, or something along the Tower Knight, I believe. And you had these archers on the side that you had to kill. Not had to kill, but if you kill them, they make the fight much easier. Just like here, you don't have to kill these Thumerian ladies, but killing them makes it just much easier. And they're using the bell, which we know that summons stuff, so they did play a role in this ritual somehow, the Thumerians. Either there's a cooperation between the Mensis scholars and the Thumerians, or they just took an opportunity and they came in. I don't know. And there's multiple ways you can tackle this boss. You can tackle him from the second floor, and you can actually hit his hand and then riposte him and something like that. And yeah, there are multiple ways, but he's not warranted. He's pretty easy, as long as, oh shit, we couldn't stun him again. If we attacked the body enough, we would have stunned him. The oil urn, let's do a thrust, huge thrust. Okay, 2000 damage. That is insane. Let's do another one. One more stun, only. We got him. And it says prey slaughtered, oh man. See the drop, FPS drops. So yellow backbone, he drops, and you notice it said prey slaughtered. If he's a great one, it would have usually said nightmare slain. However, it seems that this is kin, not great one. And also they're weak to bolt, which is associated with kin and great ones. And let's read the description on the yellow backbone. Special material used in a holy chalice ritual. Special body parts collected by the healing church. What was this gruesome bait used to lure? The additional rotted offering beckons ungodly forces, normally terrifying things, but also worthy prey for a special hunt. The rotted offering is actually an offering that you can actually do in the chalice dungeons that makes enemies more difficult and tougher, and they actually have this effect around them that you can see after you do the offering. And this is a body part, so reinforcing the One Reborn being a collection of body parts. And it says, what was this gruesome bait used to lure? And that is the moon presence, my guess, because the reason for the whole ritual we will see here now in a second. Look at this craziness. These are all Mensis scholars that all succeeded to going to a nightmare. This ritual opened up a nightmare, and you can actually see this guy, his clothes seems to be way more recent, and this guy is most likely Mikolash, which is a boss we will fight later on, and because he's wearing basically the same armor, so it has to be him, and it seems more recent. The others seem pretty old, so this ritual, it might be that it happened hundreds of times, and this time it was Mikolash's turn, or all of them did the whole ritual at the same time. I cannot know, and the reason for that is to open the nightmare of Menses, so they can have audience with Mergo, which is a baby, so they can lure the baby to the moon presence, because great ones yearn for a surrogate for the babies. So I think that's basically the story of the whole game. And when you kill Mergo, the baby of the Yhar'gul queen that we find after Rom, and before later on we'll find her, it's all related. It's the baby. Mergo is her baby. That's why maybe there's cooperation between the Mensis scholars and the Thumerians. We'll talk about that a bit more, but yeah, this ritual here is one of the most important things in the game. And the One Reborn actually comes from another dimension. It's like he's summoned from the moon or something along those lines. There are a couple of theories about this. I think personally it might be Mergo. They tried to make Mergo come to the real world, to the waking world, in some other form, so his spirit just went in these body parts and he took control. Or maybe it might be anything else. It might be, another theory is that it might be Cause. I remember that before, when the DLC came out, they were saying that it was Cause, because that choir singing thingy we got the first time we go to Yahar'gul is actually sung in Latin, which can be translated to English, and there are some hints there that it might be Cause, or the Orphan of Cause, the one we fight in the last boss in the DLC, and they look kind of similar, and it might be them because also Mikolash mentions Cause in his boss fight. So the One Reborn is one of the most unclear things in the game. Like, there's no canon thing about them. But the most important thing is that this ritual succeeded, and now we can actually go ourselves to the Nightmare of Mensis. So yeah, man, that's why I say the Yahar'gul people and the School of Mensis are some of the most successful in the land here. They just succeeded, guys, succeeded. So yeah, guys, that's all I think for this episode. No, that's all for this video, and I'll be doing a lot in a row, I guess. I think 2 more in a row. So tell me what you want me to improve in the meantime, because as I said, I'm really humbled that a lot of people wanna watch this series, but at the same time, my English is so bad, man, because I keep changing subjects. I cannot stick to one thing. My vocabulary is limited, so I apologize, but I'm trying to improve. I'm enjoying it, and I hope you are too. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.